If you think Lauren Sánchez's life is all yachts, Venice weddings, and rubbing elbows with billionaires, think again. Behind the perfectly curated Instagram posts and magazine perfect moments, something deeply human and surprisingly emotional has been unfolding. Yes, she's married to Jeff Bezos, living a billionaire fairy tale. But just days ago, Lauren shared a moment that fans say shows a side of her we rarely get to see, dropping her son off at college. For the world, she's a glamorous new bride, in headlines and photos that look straight out of a Hollywood movie. But for her kids, she's just mom. Watching her son Evan step into adulthood, building his own dorm room and starting a brand new chapter of life shook her to her core. This wasn't about luxury or fame, it was about letting go, a feeling every parent knows but few get to witness in someone living in Lauren's extraordinary world. And if you think that's all there is, there's more drama behind the scenes. Her family life is a complex web of relationships and blended dynamics. She's raising 3 children from past relationships, while Jeff has 4 kids with his ex-wife, Mackenzie Scott. Add in her recent Venice wedding, her star-studded life in the spotlight, and fans are left wondering, how does she juggle it all without it unraveling? In this moment, we see Lauren stripped of glitz and glamour, vulnerable, emotional, and undeniably human. And while headlines focus on her billionaire marriage, it's this bittersweet, relatable struggle that's capturing the attention of fans online. Because no amount of wealth can make saying goodbye to your child any easier. When Lauren Sánchez took to Instagram, it wasn't for a designer dress or a sun-drenched yacht this time. Instead, she shared something that hit fans right in the heart, dropping her son Evan off at college for the first time. And reading her words, you could feel the mix of pride, nostalgia, and heartbreak spilling through every sentence. 18 years of early mornings, late night snacks, and family dinners flashed before her eyes as she watched Evan build his dorm room, one small act, like assembling a cabinet, carrying the weight of a milestone every parent knows. To outsiders, it might seem tiny. To Lauren, it was monumental. Her boy stepping into independence, starting a brand new chapter of his life. Fans couldn't help but notice how raw and relatable this moment felt. Here's a woman usually photographed in the world spotlight, standing beside one of the richest men alive, suddenly revealing the universal emotions of parenthood. Proud, heartbroken, and human all at once. And this emotional reveal didn't happen in a vacuum. Just weeks before, Lauren had been at the center of a Venetian fairy tale, her star-studded wedding to Jeff Bezos. The event was dripping with luxury, attended by A-listers, and photographed like a magazine spread. But even amid all the glitz, Lauren made sure her kids were front and center. Evan and Nico walked her down the aisle, and Ella served as her maid of honor. The contrast was striking. One chapter of her life exploding in public glamour, while another, her son stepping into adulthood, unfolded quietly, deeply personal, and far from the cameras. It's a reminder that behind every headline, even in a billionaire's world, the milestones that matter most are the ones that touch the heart. The timing of these milestones created a whirlwind of emotions that's almost impossible to capture. Joy and celebration collided with nostalgia and just a hint of heartbreak. For Lauren, it was proof that even the most glamorous moments in life, Venice weddings, A-list events, and billionaire headlines, are still threaded with very real human experiences. Sometimes growth and change hit all at once, and even the strongest hearts can feel the weight of it. But these moments are only part of a much deeper story. Lauren's family life is layered, complicated, and full of dynamics that rarely make it to the headlines. Before marrying Jeff Bezos, she was navigating the challenges of raising children from previous relationships. Her eldest, Nico, now 24, is from her relationship with Tony Gonzalez, while her younger to Evan, 18, and Ella, 17, come from her marriage to Patrick Whitesell. What really grabs attention is the stark contrast between her public and private lives. On one side, there are the red carpets, star-studded vacations, and photos that dominate entertainment news. On the other, there's Lauren quietly posting heartfelt glimpses of motherhood, late-night snacks, dorm room setups, and those small, intimate milestones that remind everyone she's a mom first. It's this mix of glamour and grounded parenting that keeps fans talking, speculating, and connecting with her story on a surprisingly personal level. It's this delicate balance that makes Lauren Sánchez feel so relatable, even though she lives a life most people can only dream of. Despite the yachts, the Venice weddings, and headlines linking her to one of the richest men in the world, she's still a mother first, navigating blended family dynamics, supporting her children's growth, and celebrating milestones big and small. Every post she shares, every public appearance is watched, dissected, and debated by millions. Yet behind all that scrutiny is a woman trying to keep her family connected, grounded, and thriving. Her past relationships set the foundation. For a family that's anything but simple. Nico, her eldest, has already stepped into adulthood, while Evan and Ella are still growing, each carving their own paths. Lauren's experience raising kids from two different relationships has given her perspective, patience, and a sense of empathy that she carries into her new life with Jeff Bezos. And yet, as any parent knows, blending families is never simple, especially when fame, fortune, and public scrutiny are involved. Marrying Jeff added an entirely new layer of complexity. Bezos has 4 children from his marriage to Mackenzie Scott, and unlike the high-profile moments Lauren shares with her own children, Bezos' kids are famously private, rarely appearing in media coverage. This creates a unique dynamic where two families, each with their own rhythms, histories, and expectations, must coexist under one roof, or at least in one extended family sphere. Fans and gossip watchers have speculated endlessly about how these separate worlds mesh, and whether Lauren's children and Bezos' children interact freely, or if boundaries are carefully maintained to protect everyone's privacy. Despite the intrigue, Lauren seems to manage it with grace, creating moments of connection while keeping the family's private life shielded from the spotlight. Her posts about Mother's Day or Evan moving into college give fans just enough to feel connected, but they also hint at the ongoing challenge of balancing love, loyalty, and responsibility in a high-profile, blended household. It's a story that mixes glamour, emotion, and drama, the perfect blend for viewers who want to peek behind the glittering curtain of a billionaire's world. Publicly, there's little crossover between the households. The blended family rarely appears together in photos or social media posts, leaving fans and observers to speculate about how smoothly or not they navigate life behind the scenes. Rumors swirl online about whether these separate worlds mesh effortlessly or if tensions quietly simmer, but Lauren and Jeff maintain a polished exterior, keeping the family's personal moments out of the public eye. It's a delicate balance, merging children from past relationships while living under the intense gaze of the public. And while the family seems to function well on the surface, there's always the question lingering in the background: what does family life really look like when billions and fame are involved? Lauren Sánchez is no stranger to the public eye, and her social media reflects a life many can only imagine. Yachts gliding across turquoise waters, Venice weddings that look like scenes from a movie, and red carpet events where every detail is perfectly curated. All of it paints the picture of a life wrapped in luxury. But every so often, Lauren Sánchez peels back the layers of her glittering public life to reveal a softer, more intimate side. These aren't the red carpet photos or glamorous yacht shots that dominate headlines. They're moments that make her seem strikingly human. Take her Mother's Day posts, for example. She shares heartfelt reflections celebrating her children, full of warmth, gratitude, and pride. Or consider her recent Instagram post about Evan moving into college, where she openly expressed nostalgia, pride, and even a touch of heartbreak as she watched her son step into a new chapter of life. It's in these quieter, personal moments that fans see a Lauren few expected. Behind the luxury and fame, there's a mom experiencing the same bittersweet milestones as millions of parents, children growing up, moving on, and carving their own paths. That contrast between glamorous headlines and relatable human experiences is what keeps her story compelling, and of course, the internet couldn't resist weighing in. Fans and critics alike are asking the same question: are these posts genuine glimpses into Lauren's private world, or carefully curated moments designed to make her seem relatable and approachable? Some argue it's all part of a larger public image strategy, blending emotional vulnerability with the appeal of wealth and lifestyle. Others see it as a rare and authentic window into the heart of a woman balancing motherhood with the pressures of living in the spotlight. Either way, these posts reveal a fascinating tension between public image and private experience. They show that even someone married to one of the world's richest men navigates deeply human emotions: love, pride, longing, and the bittersweet ache of letting go. For viewers, it's a reminder that behind the headlines, behind the glamour, There's a real person dealing with moments that money can't soften, creating stories that are as relatable as they are headline-worthy, even someone like Lauren Sánchez isn't immune to online scrutiny. Social media and gossip forums are buzzing with differing opinions about how she presents herself. Some critics argue that her heartfelt posts are just another way to chase the spotlight, blending motherhood with fame to craft the perfect public image. They question whether the vulnerability she shares is genuine or carefully calculated. On the other hand, many fans see something refreshingly authentic in Lauren's posts. Moments like reflecting on her son moving out or celebrating her children on Mother's Day are praised as rare glimpses of true vulnerability, especially among the partners of billionaires, a world usually reserved for curated perfection. This mix of praise and criticism keeps people talking, adding layers of controversy and discussion that continue to swirl around her. It's a reminder that in the age of social media, even the most private emotions can spark public debate, and Lauren's choices, intentional or not, are part of that conversation. At the end of the day, Lauren Sánchez's story reminds us that no amount of wealth or glamour can change the fundamental experiences of life. She may be married to the world's richest man, attend star-studded events, and live a life many dream about, but she's also a mom watching her children grow up, feeling the bittersweet mix of pride and nostalgia that comes with every milestone. Her posts, whether celebrating Evan's move to college or sharing Mother's Day moments, offer a glimpse into that universal human side. Yet, it also leaves viewers questioning, are these moments a true reflection of her private life or part of a carefully crafted public image designed to resonate with millions? Either way, they invite us to see the person behind the headlines, navigating love, family, and change, reminding us that even in a world of luxury, some experiences are shared by us all.